3 signed and sealed. That was the mayor's reaction, celebrating a decades-long dream of bringing the Washington Commanders back home to D.C.
That is right. Mayor Bowser and the Commanders owner Josh Harris announced the multi-billion-dollar deal on Monday. We have team coverage this morning of the potentially huge deal. Our Marie Sasay is in Landover with the very latest on fan reaction. But first, our Candace Cole has details of the agreement. So, Candace, before the Commanders can actually come back to D.C., the council will need to vote on this. How are officials reacting?
Good morning, guys. Well, that's exactly right. But I just first want to remind people that it's been at least almost 30 years since Washington's football team has played here on its home turf. So the fact that this deal has actually reached this point of being signed and sealed, as the mayor said, is something that she's bound to take as a major accomplishment. Now, that deal includes plans to spend $2.7 billion on a covered state-of-the-art stadium that can be used year-round, enough to seat 65,000 fans, complete with a view of the Capitol. And D.C. taxpayers will foot at least $500 million of that bill. Now, the district will also put up over $200 million for updated utilities, roadways, and a WMATA transit study in the area. It also includes plans to build 5,000 to 6,000 homes. About 30% of those will be designated as affordable housing units and an entertainment district in the surrounding area. Now, the entire project is supposed to take about 5 years to complete. While many in the city are excited about the prospect of the Commanders coming back to D.C., the plan still needs to be approved by the city council, which is currently split on the issue. Council Chair Phil Mendelson is concerned about the public money being spent on a stadium when the city's finances are so up in the air. In a statement, he said the mayor needs to, quote, focus on getting us a final budget. She's on track to miss that deadline by over 7 weeks. And Ward 1 council member Brianne Nadeau says that she's a firm no, saying that money could better be spent on schools, housing, and other amenities across the district. However, Ward 2 council member Brooke Pinto is hoping her other council members will come around.
This is the single largest private investment that we have had in District of Columbia history. Opportunities for more housing and for retail and hotels to really open up this part of Ward 7 and invite people into it is going to be catalytic for the entire neighborhood and our entire city.
Now, Mayor Bowser will have to get at least 7 council members on board in order for her plans to come to fruition. If that happens, construction should start in the fall of 2026. Reporting outside RFK Stadium, Candace Cole, D.C. News Now.
All right, thank you, Candace. And in Maryland, Governor Wes Moore is already looking ahead to what comes next for Landover. Months ago, he and the Commanders came to an agreement about what should happen if the team leaves. It includes a fast demolition of the current stadium and facilitating the redevelopment of the area. Governor Moore and Prince George's County officials already have ideas for what that redevelopment could look like.
Something that's going to be a real live, work, play environment where we are going to involve things like housing. We're going to involve things like entertainment. That's going to be an attraction.
Also, we're looking at other sports venues that could potentially go there.
Now, in a statement, acting Prince George's County Executive Tara Jackson says this is an opportunity for families and small businesses to redevelop the site into an experience that benefits the community year-round. And with the Commanders moving from Northwest Stadium in Prince George's County to their new home in D.C., potentially, this is raising some mixed feelings across the DMV.
That's right. D.C. News Now's Marie Sasay is live at Northwest Stadium. Marie, tell us how fans are feeling about this.
Yeah, good morning. Well, you can just imagine for the past 3 decades, so many people have been coming out here to Landover, here to Northwest Stadium to watch the Commanders play. And many say they do have some mixed feelings about them having to move to D.C. It's definitely a bittersweet feeling for many people. Now, although the stadium and D.C. won't be built for another 5 years, many fans are already anticipating ticket prices. With its new facility and new changes, some think prices would be more expensive. And the tailgate environment is also concerned based on the planned release. There will be less parking compared to Landover, and also traffic in D.C. is also another major concern. But many people say they love the Commanders' home stadium being in Prince George's County, and this big change is bittersweet, while others say they belong in D.C.
It's going to be a little bittersweet, but I think that the accomplishment of them moving from here to there is going to be great.
Well, first of all, I think that the Commanders belong in the D.C. area. Of course, that we're going to miss them here in the PG County. definitely because of the revenue that we're going to miss.
Now the new stadium at RFK is expected to be complete by 2030. In the meantime, there has been some conversation about what could come here to Northwest Stadium, but there hasn't been a plan finalized just yet. Reporting here in Landover, Maryland, I'm Yalmer Sase, DC News Now.